It's crazy to think that just over 96 hours, man, the Detroit Lions will play in the Hall of Fame game, which is essentially like the first preseason game. They will get an additional preseason game because of that. Unbelievable. And the first week of training camp is out of the way. The Detroit Lions had 2 padded practices and 1 practice in front of fans. All their practices now, well, yeah, I think all of them or most of them will be in front of fans for the next couple of weeks. They do travel. There's one tomorrow and Tuesday. I don't know if there's one Wednesday. I don't think so. No, it's not, because they're going to be traveling to Canton, Ohio to play in the Hall of Fame game. I will be there. Got my ticket, so I will be there. I will let you guys know if you want to link up and I don't know, hang out for a few minutes before the game. What I wanted to do today is I saw this article coming from DetroitLions.com, and I wanted to talk about Tim Twentyman. He's been a very, very good supporter of the channel, man, with him actually being at camp, unlike, you know, us peasants who can't get their no credential media pass. But he got 10 players who stood out in camp practices. Now, I went yesterday, so this was the first day I was able to observe, and of course, that was from the bleachers. But what was it like? And the reason I'm bringing this in is, what was it like for someone who could be down on the field? So without further ado, here is, I don't think these are in any particular order, but these are 10 players who has stood out to Tim 21. And I'm wearing my, I said Tim 21, 21, 20 man. I'm wearing my I Believe in Marcus Davenport shirt because number 1 is edge Marcus Davenport. Here's what he had to say. The veteran edge rusher is determined to prove he can stay healthy. That is not the way you want to start a description talking about anyone. It's never been about his talent, just his health. He's been dominant to start camp and could have a really productive season opposite Aiden Hutchinson if he can stay on the field. And that is the entire point. If Marcus Davenport can stay on the field, everyone knows if was a fifth, blah, 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 blah. It's never been about talent. It doesn't matter how much talent you have, you're not going to be on the Detroit Lions. It doesn't matter how much talent you have. If you can't be on the field, you are a non-factor. So hopefully Marcus Davenport can prove that he can stay healthy and get to the quarterback. That's his job. Number 2, Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs led the NFL with 20 touchdowns last season and gained nearly 2,000 scrimmage yards. But where he's really making an impact early in camp is in the passing game. John Morton is trying to get him in space in the passing game, and it's led to a number of big plays early in camp. Something that I think, so Jahmyr Gibbs had like the exact number of catches. I think it was 52 or 57, one of them. He had like the same number of catches, and he had quite a few passing yards. But I like that John is trying to get him involved in the passing game. That's something that the Snake, Benedict the Snake Johnson, did not do like he should have. And anyway, I don't even want to talk about him, but this is going to be very intriguing to see. Number 3, Terrion Arnold said the second-year cornerback has come into camp in great shape and has made a ton of plays early on. Defensive coordinator Kelvin Shepard said this of Arnold recently. He's seeing it faster. He's filling the routes faster. That's a guy I've already seen in a leap. And you know what? Just from what we've seen, it looks like Terrion had a gauntlet last year. I mean, dude came out the gate and was on some tough wide receivers, and he had a tough rookie season. But we always talk about cornerbacks giving them 3 years. We tried to do that with Jeff Okudah. That never panned out. Although I'm not comparing the two, that learning curve is pretty huge. And Terrion, I can't wait to see the second year because Brad is so heavy on cornerbacks. To take one in the first round, you know what I'm saying? When he's gone heavy in the secondary, I can't wait to see this guy at his full potential. Number 4, Sam Laporta says, I think Laporta is poised for a huge season in John Morton's offense. He's been a constant playmaker the first week of practice and is clearly becoming a security blanket for quarterback Jared Goff. And you see right there, number 5 is Aiden Hutchinson. I agree with this. Sam Laporta it's funny because he did so well his rookie year. He was such a big part of the offense his rookie year, breaking all those records, that he seemed forgotten in year 2. But he had like 700 and something yards. I think he caught 3 trick plays. It was the stumble bum, the like a end around, and then he caught the pass from David Montgomery in like the Titans game. So Sam Laporta, man, still is that dude. And I think that a lot of you think that he's going to be the odd man out when it comes to getting paid. I don't know. I think Brad makes it happen, but I think we could see somebody else being the odd man out. We already saw there, number 5 was Aiden Hutchinson. Says, Hutchinson has picked up right where he left off when he was leading the NFL in sacks and quarterback pressures before a season-ending leg injury in Week 6 last year. He's determined to have an all-pro season, and he's looked great storming off the edge early in camp. And I can testify to that because I was there yesterday, and he looked fantastic. He didn't even look like he was hurt. And I'm telling you what, if Brad ain't careful, he gonna make Aiden Hutchinson the highest paid defensive end in the National Football League. And now Micah Parsons wants to be the highest paid. We saw that it was TJ Watt before that. Now those guys are under the linebacker designation, and they're still making defensive end money. We saw what Brian Burns and those guys can get. Even Josh Hines Allen, who has the linebacker designation, he's going to pay. If Hutch balls out of control, if he did like he did when he was in Michigan, he came off that season-ending injury and came and had like the best year of his Michigan career. If Brad ain't careful, the bank is gonna break wide open. So, but shout out to Hutch, man. He really does look good. I don't have any fear at all of him not being 100%, and I don't think you should either. Number 6, Isaac Tesla. Tesla's been battling through some knee pain. But hasn't missed any reps because of it, and there's something to be said about his toughness. He's really popped off the last 2 days in padded practices. His size and speed combo could help him make an early impact. Now, we talked about this yesterday when we did his play, looked at his deep ball catch from Hendon Hooker, how a lot of you guys think that he might be able to push out Tim Patrick. I think Tim Patrick is going to have the veteran savvy. We saw what I'm not going to be so quick to push out Tim Patrick in favor of Isaac, but I do think that Isaac is going to be number 5 for sure. You have I just don't think, he can. He was a 3rd round pick. I don't think he pushes, but he could push down. I just don't believe it's the case, but he does look good. He looks a little slower. Maybe he just got that slow quickness. Number 7, edge Isaac Uku. This is kind of good. Uku is looking for a role on the edge of Detroit's defensive front. I went back and looked through my notes of the first 6 practices, and there were 5 different occasions I jotted his number down as making an impact. Can he keep it up when the lights come on in the preseason? Well, he already made the team via the practice squad last year. So, Isaac Uku, we're talking about a depth piece, number 3, number 4, probably number 4, practice squad guy, but it's good to see because we're going to need all the help that we can get. Number 8 is going to be a guy that I've been hearing his name more and more, defensive lineman Keith Cooper Jr. Says the rookie out of Houston has flashed this first week, and the Lions really like his versatility. At 6'5", 280 pounds, with the ability to play multiple spots across the defensive line. He will be a name to keep an eye on his first preseason game Thursday night. And I believe that this guy was undrafted. When I looked him up, I could not find any type of scouting report or anything about him when he was being drafted. I think he is a undrafted rookie free agent that we signed. But yeah, I've been hearing his name a lot, so that's going to be good to see. Now, this was in no particular order. Number 9 and 10, you guys can see there. Number 9 is Jamison Williams. Says, when we think of Williams, we think of speed and all that big play potential. But what's really been noticeable early in camp is his route running and expanded route tree in Morton's offense. He's making plays all over the field in camp and looks to be headed for a big year. Now, this is one thing that we've talked about over the past few days about Jamison Williams being a little hindered. It was almost like an animal in a cage, man, that Benedict Johnson, the snake, was trying to keep contained. And then when he does unleash him, he does something dumb like throw a pass. That was the first pass that Jamison Williams has thrown in the NFL. And you choose the NFL. Anyway, I can attest to seeing something different yesterday. He was being used early. One of my tweets was Jameson Williams getting involved early. The run game stood out to me, and Jameson Williams being involved early. They even had Jameson Williams on kickoff coverage. Of course, we're not going to see that during the NFL season, but I do believe that Jameson Williams, this is the year. And this is another thing, too, if Brad ain't careful. Jameson going to ball out, get like 1,600 yards, and he going to require a massive payday, too. So next year is going to be something interesting. And last but certainly not least is rookie Dominic Levitt. Says the rookie 7th-round pick has popped off both on offense and special teams this first week of camp. He's been steadily getting second-team reps and has been pretty impressive on the outside as a gunner on special teams and in the return game. He's making a case for the Lions to keep 6 receivers on the initial 53-man roster, and that's what I was saying yesterday. I think it's going to come down to, from what I saw, yesterday's day was really Jackson Meeks. But Jackson Meeks, one of these guys is going to go in a practice squad, and one is going to make the 53. Now, I was saying the exact same thing yesterday about it being a 6-man receiver core, because I think the Lions went in with 4 last year. It was surprising. They went in with 4. I think they ended up with 6, but they started with 4, if I'm not mistaken. But I think these 2 guys, the undrafted Jackson Meeks and the 7th-round pick Levitt, they're going to make a case to push that wide receiver. Lions might have to cut down somewhere else, maybe on the D-line or somewhere else, or the cornerback room, to keep these guys on the field. Here are some honorable mentions as well from Tim Twentyman. Linebacker Grant Stewart. He stood out to me yesterday too. Says, talk about a player who looks like he's shot out of a cannon and every rep. He's got good speed and wiggle and plays a north and south style ball. He's going to be a huge on special teams. And also you have Nate Lynn, who actually was injured last year, I want to say in preseason, and missed the entire season. But Grant Stewart, he was everywhere yesterday. I was like, who is 15? Because I didn't get a pamphlet with the numbers on it, which I got to make sure I grab one tomorrow. But I was like, who is 15? Because, the guys have changed their numbers around, so you kind of get used to them. Because, like, Levi he doesn't wear 91 anymore. He's 50-something, I think he is. But even though he's not out there, he's gone for the year. But somebody else was 91. But Grant, he was everywhere. He does okay. Look-wise, from just anyway, I'm not even gonna say, but because he is bad memories. He was everywhere yesterday. So my one day that I got to see, I did see Grant. I agree with him. Not that I have to disagree, but I did not notice Keith Cooper Jr. because I wasn't even paying attention. Isaac Ukwu, Tesla. You've got Hutch, Sam Laporta, Terrion, and Jahmyr Gibbs, Davenport. Yes, I believe in Davenport. I mean, yes, this is satire. This is sarcasm because the dude can't stay healthy. Like I said, if they scouted you before Lamar Jackson, then you must have something in the tank. I'm just, people get it wrong all the time, but maybe you got something. We just haven't seen it with our team. And he's got a lot to prove. He's got a lot. All the pressure's on him. All of his people calling him, a 1st-round pick, right? Could you call Marcus Davenport a bust? I don't think you can call him a bust, but has he underperformed as a Lion? Yes, he has. Yes, he has. He got a second chance with this second signing by Detroit. They seem to always do that. They did it with Emmanuel Mosley. They do it a lot. They did it with Derek Barnes. They did it with, people who get hurt, they come back for another year. The Lions are going to give you a chance to go out on your own terms. So he got to stay on the field. And this Marcus Davenport playing 7 games would be an improvement. Matter of fact, playing 5 games would be an improvement. Think about that. Over the last 2 years, he has not played 7 games. He's played 6. So an improvement over last year would be 5 games. An improvement over the last 2 years would be 7. But I believe in Marcus Davenport, and it seems like you guys too. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. See you tomorrow at training camp.